The Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood is the perfect game to pick up in honor of spooky season, and I have everything you need to know before buying, so let's dive in. Hi gamers, it's your host Stormy, and today we are taking a deep dive into the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. Once again, in this video, I will try my best to avoid any spoilers while also still giving you a detailed breakdown on what to expect in this game. The Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood is partially a card building game as well as a narrative experience where your choices heavily matter. This game released August 16th of 2023 on PC and Nintendo Switch with a retail price point of $17.99, and it is seriously the most perfect, cozy, spooky game as we are entering the burrs. Get it? You know, like September, October, November, December. Yeah, the burrs. This is perfect for the burrs. We will start with the story and then move into the gameplay mechanics as well as sound design and graphics. The story sets you in the shoes of Fortuna, a young witch specializing in divination and tarot reading who has been exiled from her coven for predicting the downfall of the coven. Fortuna is punished to live on an asteroid in isolation for the next 1,000 years. In a moment of sheer desperation, she decides to use forbidden magic to summon a behemoth, Abramar, where she enters a contract that will seal her fate in exchange for her freedom. The terms of this contract are chosen by you as the player and have heavy consequences. The entire game actually gives you many choices to make, all with major impact on the story, with a total of 7 different endings. That's all I can really tell you without spoilers, but oh my god, is this story incredible. I finished this entire game in one day because I could not stop thinking about it. You will be introduced to many different characters along the way, including some of Fortuna's childhood friends, new witches, and a handful of others where you will exchange really great dialogue all throughout the game. The dialogue is incredible. Specifically, Fortuna's conversations with Abramar I absolutely loved, but the dialogue in general was extremely good. Moving into the gameplay mechanics, when Fortuna was exiled, she was also banished from using her tarot deck. So with her new freedom, she decides to create her very own deck, and that's where you come in. You have the option to create every single card she uses. You design everything. You choose the elements, you choose the background, and you can unlock different card options with elemental points that you receive from having different conversations and performing other in-game actions. The card design system is really fun, though it did take me a moment to get used to it. You can move things around into the background, the foreground, and combining all of these images make for what the card symbolizes. My only thing I wish I could change in the card design is the depth of the colors. A lot of the colors are the same, so the elements in the backgrounds can sometimes blend into each other, and I just wish they had a little bit of variation with the colors. The card designs also impact your story because Fortuna will perform readings for all of her encounters, and the outcome will be decided by the types of cards you have made. I very quickly realized that while the creativity is fun, you also need to be strategic and mindful of the elements you are choosing in these cards, because if all you make are spooky, creepy designs with bad symbolism, all of your readings are going to be negative. So you have to switch it up and balance the different types of cards that you are creating if you want anything to go right. The readings draw the cards at random, so you have to have a blend of both positive cards and negative cards. You also have the option to choose how the reading is interpreted. The card is random, but you will have anywhere from 2 to 4 options of how you personally would like to interpret the card. You can also choose the placement of the card in your reading, such as past, present, future, etc. It gives you a little bit of freedom with how your story plays out, but the cards are still random, so making a balanced deck is incredibly important. The way the readings play out, whether they end up positive or negative, will be critical to how your story ends, which makes this game step into the territory of a deck building game. While it's not your traditional card game, the fundamentals are still there. If you don't have a good balance, things are going to get a little chaotic and even downright disastrous. The second half of the game involves dealing with some witchy politics, where you are running a campaign with a party of other witches to help you succeed. This will include another hefty decision, and that's making your program for your campaign. This will test your morals and allow you to make decisions about things like how you would want judgment to be determined, law enforcement, punishment, and so on. I had to really stop and think long and hard about how I wanted to run my program, and it did make me stop and think about what I would value in my ideal world. The campaigning will involve digging up dirt on other candidates, trying to promote our program to different factions, and challenging the position of your opponents. You can keep track of how your campaign is going by watching the voting intention of the coven, which is directly impacted by the decisions you make. You only have a certain amount of days to get the coven in favor of you, and whatever you do will also heavily impact the ending that you get. Let's talk about the graphics and the music next. The graphics are absolutely lovely. The cards, like I said before, can get a little funky because the colors are so similar that sometimes the elements blend into each other, but overall I love the character design, I love the aesthetic. It's such a perfect blend of cozy and creepy. The music and sound design for me is an absolute 10 out of 10. I actually found myself stopping and just listening to the music, which I don't find myself doing often because my brain goes a mile a minute, but the music very much stood out to me. The soundtrack absolutely knocked it out of the park in my book. I feel so strongly about this that I actually want to play you a short soundbite so you can see what I'm talking about. So this will be kind of what to expect here with the sound design and the music. The Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood is an incredible game. It's deep, heartwarming, tragic, and everything that happens from love to loss is entirely in your hands. There are some content warnings for this game, including themes of depression, anxiety, and discrimination, so if you're sensitive to those topics, it is something to keep in mind, but I will say the amount of discussion of these topics is definitely not the main focus of the game. I felt so much responsibility, but that is something that I personally enjoy. You will truly feel the weight of your decisions, both positive and negative. I would highly recommend this game to anybody who loves a good virtual novel with some creative outlet in the gameplay. This game caught me by surprise and I could not be happier with my purchase. It was without a doubt worth that $17.99 price point. It's not a very long game, but still worth it in my book. If you enjoy card games and you enjoy visual novels and you enjoy some good old-fashioned witchy themes with a story that will stick with you, you need to pick up this game as quickly as possible. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you'll be picking up this game, and if you have already, let us know what you thought of it. Did you think it was worth it as well? We're trying to hit a goal of 500 subscribers, so if you enjoyed your time here, don't forget to leave a like and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all next time. Bye!